Welcome back, guys, to another video. This is a PlayStation Portal, and we're going to talk about it in this video. I can't wait to talk about it. So, I'm Blaze2K. If you love handheld gaming and you want more of it on your YouTube homepage every day, please consider clicking that subscribe, clicking the like button under this video, and clicking the bell icon too. Let's get into it. So guys, here is the Sony's PlayStation Portal handheld console. Now, disclaimer, it is not a true handheld console. This is a true handheld console. You see it? Ignore those fingerprints. It's the Steam Deck. This is a true handheld console. The PlayStation Portal, however, is basically a streaming device that allows you to stream your PS5 to this handheld streaming device, right? The PlayStation Portal. So you do need a PlayStation 5 to use this thing, which kind of sucks, right? Sorry, let me get the camera in line here. There we go. You need a PlayStation 5 to play this thing, which kind of sucks. So you're out $400, $500, and then you also need to spend $200 on the PlayStation Portal to basically use the PlayStation Portal. So here's the article from The Verge. Let's cover some of the specs and some of the things they've got to say about it first. So it's going to be costing $199.99 for a device that isn't standalone, essentially, that can't play games locally on itself, which kind of defeats the purpose of a portable, right? Especially a $200 portable. PlayStation handheld will stream PS5 games, so you're going to need to have a PS5 to use this. That is a kind of sucky PlayStation. We did a couple of videos. One of my most popular videos from months ago, last year, was the possibility of PlayStation releasing another portable, and some of the higher-ups and executives sort of hinted at it, and this is what we got on the PlayStation Portal. And it's basically a DualSense that's been cut in half and then glued onto the side of an 8-inch display, and it has serves no other purpose than basically locally streaming or streaming via Wi-Fi your PS5 gameplay, which, in my opinion, just isn't what I wanted from PlayStation. I wanted a dedicated handheld, alright? Because I love handhelds and I love the PSP. The PSP was the bomb back in the day. Who agrees? I remember when my parents imported me a Japanese PSP before it even came out in the UK or the US from Japan, and you had to pay a bunch of import tax when it arrived at the door. But this thing was the bomb back in the day. I remember playing F1, Ridge Racer on it, SOCOM, Fireteam Bravo. This thing, I would hide under the covers at night when school nights and play Fireteam Bravo online with multiplayer in clan matches and just talk to people over the headset that came with it. It was so freaking good. This thing was a highlight of my childhood. And obviously after that came the PlayStation Vita, a long time after that. And the PlayStation Vita is actually the reason why I met my wife. Me and my wife actually met each other online on a forum about the PS Vita. So I wouldn't have a wife and kids if it wasn't for the PlayStation Vita. So I clearly have a vested interest in PlayStation handhelds. And handhelds in general, right? I used to have the Game Boy when I was a kid. But now we've got the PlayStation freaking Portable. And it is not a true handheld, which kind of sucks. And PlayStation, if you're listening, please make a real PSP successor, right? Or a PS Vita successor. So Sony is officially launching its portable PlayStation later this year. The PlayStation Portal Remote Player. The handheld device will stream PS5 games over Wi-Fi and features an 8-inch LCD display. Wish it was OLED, running at 1080p resolution at 60 FPS. Sony says the PlayStation Portal will be available later this year, priced at $199.99. Now, when you consider like a PlayStation DualSense controller was originally like $70, right? 70, 80 bucks when it first came out. You know, 200 seems reasonable. It's going to have the same tech in it. It's going to have the same rumble vibration. It's going to have LED on the sides of the grips, unlike the DualSense, sorry, which is on the back, right? And, well, around the touchpad. Sony's officially launching so later this year, $199. PlayStation Portal will connect remotely to your PS5 over Wi-Fi, so you'll be able to swiftly jump from playing on your PS5 to your PlayStation Portable, says Hideki Nishino, Senior Vice President of Platform Experience at Sony Interactive Entertainment. PlayStation Portable can play supported games that are installed on your PS5 console and use the DualSense controller. The PlayStation Portal features prominent controllers on each side that look very much like the PS5 DualSense controller. They support adaptive triggers and haptic feedback, so everything you've gotten used to with the PS5 DualSense, right? So PS5 games will feel similar to using a dedicated DualSense controller, and the PlayStation Portal will also be capable of playing media, as the home screen has a dedicated section for it, as it's mirroring your PS5. You won't be able to run anything locally though, so if you don't have Wi-Fi, then you're out of luck, which sucks. So here it is, and it looks, don't get me wrong, I'm warming to it. I'm warming up to it. At first, I thought this was a meme. I thought it was an April Fool's joke. I'm like, there's no way they're going to really support what it looks like this. It's like it's like something Batman would have latched onto his utility belt, right? Like a Batarang. But here it is. And, you know, people love the DualSense controller, but do they love it enough to have it sawed in half and having an 8-inch tablet in the middle of it? That's the question. Don't get me wrong, I think it's going to be very comfortable to hold. It just doesn't look great at the moment. But hey, if you are all about your PS5, if you love PS5, and I know a lot of friends that play PS5 exclusively and that maybe just want to go chill on the sofa, that maybe don't want to get a Steam Deck, like, you know, a Steam Deck or an ROG Ally. There are people that just really just want to play on the PS5 because that's where they've invested their money and time into, and they want to stay in that ecosystem. So for those of you that don't want to get a Steam Deck, the better option, or an ROG Ally, then this might be for you. So you can play your PS5, play Call of Duty online, play multiplayer from the comfort of your bed, the sofa, the bathroom, depending on your Wi-Fi connection, right? Now, it is game streaming, so performance may vary. Thank you for the subscribe or ignore for subscribing. We've got a lot of subscribers this past few days. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? I just made a post the other day saying, everyone, we just hit 40,000, and it's been like 3 days and we're almost about to hit 50,000. That's really cool. Please join us. Help us get to 100,000, 200,000, a million. I'm not that interested, but it'd be kind of cool though. So yeah, it mirrors your PS5. So strangely, the $199.99 handheld won't work with Sony's upcoming cloud streaming for PS5 games. So that is kind of sucky, isn't it? It's not going to support cloud streaming. I would have thought they would have a rudimentary version of Android on here that allowed you to basically, you know, run apps other than basically screen mirroring your PS5, right? And one thing that really irks me about cloud streaming, even local cloud streaming, is I feel like it's very dependent on your router. So if you get a router from AT&T or Spectrum and the router is not great, I don't think your gaming experience is going to be that great either, especially if you're gaming over the cloud. There's been very few services like Moonlight, Steam game streaming, right? Very few that run perfectly well, especially with high intensity, fast paced games like shoot 'em up, FPS games. So I don't know how this is going to perform. Cloud streaming's been a little bit iffy, and if you've got other people in the network that are downloading stuff or playing videos, watch streaming 4K stuff on TV, is that going to affect your performance on this thing since it is over Wi-Fi? That's something I'm wondering and I'm worried about. So games that must be straight. So yeah, it's not going to support cloud streaming either. It's not going to support games on device either. And also it's not going to support Bluetooth. So you're not going to be able to connect your Bluetooth headphones directly to this thing. What the hell? You know? So I'm not getting one over just yet. So PlayStation Portal is a way. So games that must be streamed on PS5 using a PS Plus Premium membership are not compatible. We talked about that. So Sony, so the PlayStation Portal is really a way to stream PS5 games you already have installed on your own PS5 onto a handheld for some remote play. You'll need an internet connection capable of at least 5 megabits, and Sony's recommending 50 megabits for the best experience. Now, I'm wondering, is it only on your local Wi-Fi network, or can you take this out and about, you know, away from home and still be able to connect to your PS5 remotely and like stream your home's PS5 while you're maybe at work or something? That is what I want to know. IGN got to test the PlayStation Portal early, and in a video hands-on, tech editor B More says he couldn't notice any latency using the handheld. Well, how picky is he though? I'm very sensitive to latency. That will be a key part of the experience. The streaming games over Wi-Fi networks still isn't a perfect experience for many. I'm one of those many. I'm one of the many people that just doesn't get on with it that well. Now let's go to your average consumer here. Now, he did a great review. I recommend going checking out his video where he goes to the PlayStation HQ and tests this thing out. And don't get me wrong, it looks better in his video than it does in the pictures. The screen looks pretty sharp. It's 8 inches, which is an inch bigger than the Steam Deck's, which is nice. I think that should be the standard going forward in terms of screen size here. You know, it's got all the controls and inputs you'd expect from the DualSense controller. And I'd imagine the touchscreen itself will act as the touchpad, right? So yeah, and he shows you playing it. He shows you how thin it is in the middle. It seems pretty damn comfortable. If it's like the DualSense, which it looks like it is, it's going to be pretty comfortable to hold, if not a little unwieldy. Let's take a look at the top here. He's going to show you the top. So you've got your volume buttons on here. Very nice. You got your plus, negative, lower volume. It's got USB-C charging, and they do include the 3.5 millimeter audio jack, so you can plug in your own headphones to it. Obviously wired, no Bluetooth allowed. And yeah, there we go, pretty cool. I don't know what those other two buttons are up there. He doesn't seem to explain that, but it does look kind of nice. They've put a good panel in here. Some displays, some handheld consoles don't have a great display, and it seems like this one will. But how crisp is it really going to look with, you know, streaming over Wi-Fi, right? It does look very nice, doesn't it? Oh, I went from being a hater to potentially been tempted, but I've invested so much in Steam, you know. So it isn't, just to be clear, it's not a PSP, it's not a PlayStation Vita. You cannot run games on this thing locally. You can't take this out and run a game up and have no, you know, not have to rely on Wi-Fi. It is Wi-Fi only, which kind of sucks. It does look all right. Like I said, the screen looks good. You want to slap a screen protector on it. It's probably going to use that PlayStation Link technology as far as, you know, connecting devices is concerned. That's probably why it doesn't support Bluetooth, regular Bluetooth, because they want to rope you into buying these extra accessories like the new PlayStation Pulse headphones and earbuds, which kind of sucks. I knew there was a catch. I knew there was a catch to them not adding Bluetooth. So there we go. PlayStation Portal cloud streaming device only for your PS5. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you interested in it? Are you opposed to it? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like this video. I want to get a discussion going. Should PlayStation bring back the PlayStation Portable, or just the PS Vita? The PS Vita 2, PSP 2? Let me know in the comments. I want them to. They have to bring it back. My camera keeps drifting off. I'm sorry. There we go. Anyways, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and come follow me on X.com. We cover handheld gaming every day on this channel. I love handheld gaming, have since I was a kid. The reason I'm married and have kids today is because of the PS Vita. So, yeah. Come join us. Come join the Blaze 2K family. And come click the subscribe button down below and become a member and support the channel if you want it. Only if you want it. Anyways, take care. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.